All right, time now is 1:34 p.m. on July 8th. Yes, whoa. So, left from 4:30 to like 1. Uh, I woke up at around 11 just to turn on the aircon, but like 10 seconds after I did that, it's already off again because aircon bad. And I didn't care. I just kept sleeping on my bed. I had a dream where I was on a ship, uh, like a boat, like a cruise ship, maybe to Finland, and I was with my family and my aunt's side, and it was a vacation. And then suddenly the cops came because I'm a Hong Konger, and it's this scary national security law. Maybe they're gonna arrest me for making tweets about the Chinese government. So, it was kind of scary, but thank God they left. And then suddenly a huge wave clashed onto the cruise and the whole boat rocked. But yeah, and I vlogged, so that's the thing. And so last night I spoke with Natalie a little bit. I said happy birthday, and she sent me a turtle emoji and an S. Maybe it means thanks, I don't know. And then I said, so how's life? And she said, all right, I guess. And I said, um, I forgot how I followed up with that. I was like, have your moral dilemma been resolved? No. I heard you and Zara talked about me. And she said, yeah. And then I said, how does it feel to be 21? And she's like, nothing, I guess. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, like she isn't in the mood and talking to me. But I guess I forgive her. This is different. This is different from Leslie giving me half-assed answers. I feel like Natalie's just busy or not in the mood. Imagine a long old friend who hasn't spoken to you in months suddenly say happy birthday and wanting to talk to you again, and you just don't have much to say, or maybe you're busy in the middle of something. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Um, those are some really half-assed answers, but I guess starting from late 2020, like Natalie's been texting me that way already for the most part, so doesn't really matter. I guess she realizes that I have my own life here now in LA, and she has her own life. She has her own travels. Apparently, she's going to London. I saw it on her Instagram story. I mean, she has a bridge competition to be had in mainland China. Um, she has her own life and her own drama, and I have my own life and my own drama, and it doesn't matter anymore. We have nothing in common anymore. And that's just the sad truth. I remember how back in 2020 and 2021, I tried really hard to like stay with people, or the idea of my experience growing apart from everyone else's experience is just kind of scary because all that friendship and all that connection is all gone, and it's like a very depressing thought. And yeah, it is depressing, but I guess that's life, and it is what it is. And of course, the air vent is magically on in the back. Yeah, today I'll probably stay at my own apartment again throughout the whole day. That's 5 days in a row of nothing. 5 days in a row of complete nothingness. Um, but yeah, today I would just like to really start actually focusing on doing shit. Yesterday I didn't do jack shit. Today would be a magnificent time for me to wash my bed sheets and everything. Today would be a magnificent time because in the next 3 days or so I will be busy doing whatever. In the next 2 days I'll go to church, and then on Monday I'll go watch the couple films in the new Bev. I bought the ticket last night because why the fuck not? I have nothing to do anyways. So today would be a great time for me to change my bed sheets, trim my toenails, read some manga, draw some, finally look for places to live, edit my Japan vlog, edit college update, whatever. Just film a couple reviews, watch a movie, and then watch some anime at the end. Just another chill day of nothingness, and we will get by very soon. We will get by. Yeah, again, I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I don't know what to do with life, right now. I really don't. I guess I'll just keep hanging out with people, and then summer's over, and then I'll continue, and then I'll have a very lonely birthday. When I had my birthday last year, I thought, okay, it's fine. It's just one lonely birthday. Next year, I'll get a girlfriend, and then I will have a sweet, beautiful birthday, and I'll spend it with her. That's not fucking happening now, isn't it? um, last Easter break, I thought, yeah, it's lonely and sad, but next year I'm gonna have tons of friends, and I'll be hanging out with them all the time. And it's going to be an unforgettable Easter break. Well, guess what? That's not happening now, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know. And again, Leslie kind of made me make me develop trust issues even harder. Like, I just can't imagine myself doing this shit again. Like, next time I fall in love with a girl and I'm thinking of confessing to her, I will probably have tons of second thoughts, because last time I confessed to someone, also the only time I've ever confessed to someone, it all went to shit. So I don't know. I'm like a wounded dog right now. I'm like a scared cat. I'm like a wounded dog. Like, I don't trust people anymore. Aside from a select few, like Michelle and Cliff and Justin, maybe Justin, I'm not even that close to him, and maybe Ken, like there isn't really much to be done. They're really, and Tova, like, those are the people I trust, and Potter as well. But like, aside from that, I just don't trust anyone else fully. Like, if I go back to the campus, I'll be wearing a mask, I'll be speaking with a filter, I will be very cautious. I will put on a smile and laugh and haha, but really, I'm just filtering everything super hard. I'm like an edgy loner, I'm like a fucking edgy loner. I should really, change my entire aesthetic. Like, in the summer, I should maybe at least spend a little money buying, black clothes and look emo, and then I should, get earrings and stuff. Just, completely lean into the fucking emo goth look. Or at least a little emo, because I'm fucking broken now. Thank you, Leslie. So, yeah. I saw a meme yesterday on Instagram, and it's a text group chat, and someone says, so there's this girl, and then people reacted to that text with laughing emojis. 10 people reacted to it, and one of the comments is they're stopping his villain arc 8 months ahead. Well, that's funny, because nobody's stopping me to my villain arc. I met a girl, she broke my heart, she lied to me, and now I'm gonna cause some fucking chaos. What the fuck is Leslie doing with Julia and Benny and Ariel anyways? I bet she's having fun. I hope she's having fun. Suddenly I don't like the idea of people having fun now. Suddenly I don't like the idea of people being happy and successful now. Suddenly I want Kushio to go down and get hurt so bad that I would literally do anything. Michelle asked me last night, are you ready to do business with the devil? Referring to Betsy. Are you willing to give a little bit of your soul to her? And I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking do anything. Literally. Because I'm literally transferring my grief from Leslie to my anger to Kuchio. And Michelle said that's unhealthy. And I'm like, yeah, that's unhealthy. But what am I going to do? So right now I'm so desperate to see Kuchio get hurt, I will actually do that shit. And I've already come up with several plans to destroy Film 33. Like with Film Club, I could help organize events that would interrupt Film 33 and interrupt Kuchio's class. I could, most importantly, sabotage Film 33 by being Robin Hood. So there are the people above the line and there are people below the lines. I'm gonna befriend the people above the lines and then keep feeding information to those below the line so that I'm essentially flipping the classroom upside down. I will ask people to join the RAC, ask more people to join the movement against Cuchillo, report his ass to the HR, report his ass to Dr. Grass. I will sabotage the fucking class, man. I will sabotage, and then at the end I will cause chaos. I will cause so much chaos, and I'll go out with a bang, okay? And people will know. I will start spreading rumors, saying, oh my god, Enoch is the one behind this. And oh, maybe he's doing it out of love. And then this rumor will spread it to Leslie, and Leslie will be fucking scarred for life. I want her to be scarred for life. That's the fucking point. Because she hurt me. So, yeah. Next 6 months, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready, and, yeah, nothing matters anymore. I realize that. Nothing matters anymore. Like, and people just come and go. Like, of course, Pepper, you know, we can still, if we meet each other again, we can still talk. But I doubt we'll ever do that again. She has her own life. She's even closer to Potter now than to me. But I don't care anymore. And then again, with Natalie, Zara, people are long gone. Again, I almost overthought a little bit last night. Like, why is Natalie treating me so cold? Like, maybe it's because I told Zara some stuff about Natalie, and Zara told Natalie, and Natalie's thinking of me in a sus way. I don't know. It doesn't matter, though. Does it? It doesn't matter, because there's nothing both of us can do together anymore. It doesn't matter. The thing is, people don't matter at all. People come and people go, and that's life. Relationships don't matter that much anymore. So, there's nothing to do, to be done in this world, other than to cause chaos. So that's what I'm going to do now, to cause chaos. Because there's literally nothing to be done. So, yeah. Yeah. So, end of my villain monologue. But, I shall work extremely hard towards the documentary. So that's plan A and plan B. Plan A is the documentary, and that's always home base. If I fail my plans in the main camp at CMD, at least I got the documentary up and rolling. I got multiple plans going on to fight Cuchillo. And maybe on July 22nd, I'll watch Oppenheimer and Barbie. Because Betsy's going to be there, and Michelle will probably be there. And originally, I want to watch it with Tova and Bree, because I trust them more. But the thing is, they're watching in downtown LA. I kind of can't do that. So, yeah. I'm probably going to go with Betsy and then negotiate business deals with her, you know? So I'm talking to the devil. And, again, it's fucking awesome how watching movies is like a social event now. Watching Seven Samurai and Leslie showed up. Watching Eyes Wide Shut with Cliff. Watching Batman with Christian. You know, these are social events now. Watching Spider-Man with Michelle. And now watching Barbieheimer with Betsy. And hopefully Michelle will be there too. So that we can talk some deals. And cause chaos, plant seeds of chaos. I'm gonna go full villain, baby. I'm gonna go full villain. Comes full circle, baby. Comes full circle. At the end of my secondary school life, not at the end, like the last 3 years, it was so painful for me because no one loves me, no one respects me. And I wanted to be a villain, but I had no power to do that, except this time around, I have power. So might as well go full-blown villain. Full-fledged. I don't care. All I want is chaos. All I want is to see the world burn, or CMD burn. And I'm not the only one. Like, Liam said, the best plan we got is to really, like, fucking bomb the whole campus. But of course we can't do that. But I can do that figuratively. So, yeah. Yeah. It's chaos time, baby. Chaos time. Alright, it's 7:46 p.m. Just finished watching The Longest Summer. Holy shit, what an amazing film. I just want to talk about my feelings a little bit because I feel like I'm slowly losing my sanity, spending so much time in my own apartment, so much in the last 5 days. Um, I don't know. I just this morning feels pretty bad for me. Like I feel like I've never really moved on from Leslie. It's just that my grief from her has transpired to like a next level. Like now I just feel angry and sick in general, not just about Leslie, but like in life and society. And I felt pretty bad. I was unmotivated to do anything this morning. Like I couldn't film reviews. I pushed myself really hard to film reviews. I ended up filming a couple reviews, but yeah, and the movie helped a lot, so that's great. I don't know. I just nobody's texting me again. And again, every time I feel down, I have to remember that there are people out there, like Potter and Michelle and even Retablo and Ken the Taiwanese and Cliff and Justin that I can speak to. Justin, not much, but I did speak to him a little bit today. He said he may not be able to do it to come on Monday to watch the Hong Kong films with me because he's working on a script. And I'm like, oh, is that a Film 33 script? And he's like, no, it's a personal project. And I asked him, what is it about? And he said it's about nihilism. So I'm like, okay. Um, but yeah, um, nothing else. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel so antisocial right now. Like, I'm gonna go back to CMD with nothing to lose. Like, I go back to Hong Kong, there's nothing for me there, anyways. I got friends, sure, I got Natalie, but honestly, I'm not that important of a person there anymore. Um, and then in here, I don't feel important right now. I was pretty important 2 months ago, but I'm no longer in that position. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just gotta figure something out. I also spoke with Thomas a little bit. I asked him to help me out in finding houses because I truly don't have the energy to do that. Um, yeah, maybe I'll text Liam later to talk to him a little bit about interview and stuff like that. And of course, whenever I feel down, I have to remember that Jonathan just wrote a whole paragraph saying that he liked my short film, which is fucking great. I hope the short film makes numbers. I hope people see it. I hope people see how sad and pathetic I am. Um, yeah, I mean, not much else to say really. Um, I don't know. I just keep thinking about like not having anything to do and going back to CMD with nothing but vengeance in my mind and how unhealthy it is. Honestly, Leslie's probably enjoying her life now, even though her life sucks and she's suicidal and whatever, and she drinks and vapes and whatever. But at least she's got the people. At least she got shit to do. Um, I don't know. I just don't want to think about her. Um, yeah, I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know. I guess I don't know. We'll see. Suddenly, my entire life is just boiled down to square one all over again. I don't know why. It's like a reset. Like even coming back from round three didn't feel like a reset, but now it does feel like a reset. I don't know why. It just feels like everything's over, and I don't know. I just finished a whole lemon cake. That's my fucking lunch, a slice of cake. Yeah, I should cook myself like some fried eggs or something right now. I think that would be a good idea. Um, I don't know, and I don't even know what to eat for dinner. I realized that I'm running out of food again, even though I literally went to Ralph's like 5 days ago. Um, I really don't fucking know why I'm running out of food again. I want to boil soup again, actually. I don't know, I just suddenly everything's so unimportant. again, it's like the void is coming back. I feel like I should just become a Buddhist right now and just realize that there's nothing that satisfies me. I would think that this USC shoot would satisfy me? No. I would think Leslie would satisfy me? No. And I realize this a lot too. Love and being in a relationship isn't even that great of an idea because you're in a relationship and every single day you risk losing it. It's so bad. I hate the idea that you have to care that you may lose a relationship. If you have something, you will lose it. Then might as well not have that something, It's just, I don't know. And like, if I and Leslie do end up together, well, at some point we'll have to break up. At some point it'll all be over. At some point I'm going to emotionally hurt anyways, so. I mean, being in relationships in general is just a bad idea, I think. It's just really emotionally draining and not realistic. And, I don't know. Nothing's worth it in this world. I keep making movies, I keep making art, and it doesn't amount to much. It's just nothing's worth it in this whole world. It's just like nothing means anything. I feel like I don't know. I want to be at peace. I don't know, is it Michael the Colombian boyfriend's parents are here or something? I hear people speaking Spanish outside. I wish I could go out and make myself a fried egg or something, but I kind of can't. Yeah, at least tomorrow I'm going to church. At least I'm seeing someone tomorrow. Human interaction, finally. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm so nothing. I'm so nothing and full of nothing. I bet Leslie doesn't even care that I feel this way. I don't know. I don't want to think about her. But I bet she doesn't fucking care. She went to a housewarming party with Benny and Ariel and Liana and Alex the Brazilian. Like, they're the gang now. They're the people who are serious filmmakers, not like me. I'm not fucking serious. Yeah. I bet Benny and Ariel finally find out that I and Leslie are completely done for. I want Benny and Ariel to be like scared of me, to low key know that, oh my god, this guy's turning into a fucking school shooter. I want people to be like, to know that I'm in pain and to know that, okay, this guy's like fucked now. This guy's gonna cause some shit now. I'm gonna cause some shit and halt the editing process of Ends and Means. Might as well ruin it further, Might as well do that. I'm gonna, they don't have the post-production money. So, I don't know, something can be done about that. We could deprive their project of money. We could do that. Alright, time now is 1:39 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, about an hour ago I finished, actually 1.5 hours ago I finished dinner, which is chicken breast chopped up fried with paprika, some fried potatoes, slice of tortilla, and some garlic broccoli. Kind of mid, but it was very filling for some reason. Also I have acne here again, the same spot for like the third time, and it's the same kind of acne. It's not normal acne, it's the same fucking spot. It's so annoying. So yeah, today I did nothing, as expected. Yippee-ki-yay. I did text Justin the Malaysian a little bit. I texted Thomas a little bit. And at the end, I got so bored that I texted Michelle a little bit. So apparently Michelle had a 4-hour long phone call with Betsy, and she got some interesting information. So, yeah, Justin is not going to the Hong Kong film on Monday. I'm going to go by myself, which is totally fine. I don't really care. I just want to find something to do anyways. Justin said, oh yeah, I've mentioned this actually. I've talked about this already. Right. Okay, anyways, to Michelle. So Betsy and her had a 4-hour long phone call and Okay, hold on. They had a 4 hour long phone call, and there's a lot to be filled in. So obviously Michelle told Betsy everything about her Europe trip, and then they went on and talked about some drama. Mostly, it is about something interesting. So Ebony, the half Chinese, half black woman, old woman with a cane, the weird person, who is very bossy in Friday Film 32, she's going to CSU Long Beach. But apparently, she's a pretty powerful person. She's apparently very, very, very close to Professor Antonio, like on a friendly basis, and also has dinner with the fucking dean of the college. And apparently, she and Marco, the Italian man, the other Italian man, had beef. Now, Marco is this really arrogant prick, and he and Simon were the producers for Ebony's Casablanca, which is the last scene that Friday 32 had to film. And apparently, Simon and Marco fought a lot. And Simon, the sexual harasser, yes, that's him. So, given that Marco's going into film 33 as well, and Marco has apparently pissed off Professor Antonio as well as Professor Cuccio, Marco could be of great use to me in my revenge plan. Now, of course, Marco pissed off Professor Antonio because he did a terrible job producing Casablanca. In fact, halfway through, he basically gave up. But also, apparently, he was chosen to direct a scene in the student showcase and CMB showcase, the Thursday after the end of Ends and Means. The father scene, the confession scene. For some reason, Cuccio chose Marco to direct it, and Marco, I think, turned it down, or fucked it up or something, and it rubbed Cuccio the wrong way. But anyways, it's really interesting to see Marco joining 33. Like, the guy's a wild card. So if I can get Marco and David the Swede to hate Cuccio, and I'm sure they both will, yeah, the next film 33 will be a bit of a fight, a bit of a hellfire, if you will. Now, yeah, I talked to Michelle a little bit more, and Michelle said that apparently Betsy also talked about me a little bit. Michelle didn't tell her my revenge plan, of course. I am the one to tell her that. But Michelle did let Betsy know, or somehow Betsy found out that I'm got into film studies for USC, but I want to get into film production. And Betsy threw shade at me, saying that I don't see the full picture because it's not about grades, it's about like experience. Bitch, I know that, okay? I want to take film production not because of grades, but because I want the classes, because they're interesting, and also because I get to connect with film production people more, even though it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I just prefer film production. But either way, I will impress Betsy with the revenge plans and everything. At some point, Michelle asked me, what do I get out of this? What's my ultimate goal and objective in my revenge plan against Cuccio? And I thought about it and I realized, nothing. I have no goals. Nothing. I don't have any goals or objectives in this. And that's exactly what makes me the perfect person for revenge. It's because I have no goals. I have nothing to lose. There's nothing for me to gain. I just want to hurt Cuccio. That's it. It's for nothing. It's literally for nothing. Like, I'm not gonna gain Leslie back. Fuck no. Even if I can, I won't. I'm not gonna gain any more friends. I don't need to. All I want is to hurt Cuccio. That's it. I have no goals. I have no objectives. It's my playground. CMG is my playground now. So, and meanwhile, Betsy has everything to lose. So yes, that is that. And then nothing else happened today. Leslie and her Korean roommate went out for a smoke together. And Ariel took a very sensual selfie. It's not like not wearing a lot of clothes. It's just she's in a, jack-o'-lantern position. And that's it. Again, like, if Leslie has time to hang out with her roommate and everything and go to a housewarming party, Had we been together, she would have fucking had the time to hang out with me. Even though she's swarmed with film sets and whatever, she would have fucking had time. So, yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. My revenge game is still on, baby. My revenge is still on. I'm still thinking about vengeance day and night. And hopefully I succeed. I don't know. Yeah. I guess if there's one thing, it would be I want to help Ken survive. I don't need to help Cliff. Cliff is a great guy, but he will manage. He's too close to Kuchio right now. And I like what Michelle said. Michelle told me that it feels like we're both in Game of Thrones right now, and that's fucking true. And that's the sad reality, is that back in secondary school, I would think, oh, I'm in Game of Thrones. There's so many lying and betrayals, but it's just me thinking that I'm the fucking crazy one. But now I'm not crazy because everyone knows this is true. That this is really Game of Thrones. So yeah, I am in for an absolute freaking battle. So yeah, I will destroy everything as much as possible. I know I'm not super powerful or anything, but with the resources I have, I can pull off something great. I can. So we'll see. In any case, I'm going to church tomorrow, um, and hopefully I'll be able to have a damn good lunch. And that's pretty much it for today. Alright, time now is 8:08 a.m. on July 9th. Yeah, I should have done this on my bed. I don't know why. But yeah, slept from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. and I didn't immediately fall asleep. So that's less than 4 hours of sleep. Um, yeah, my hair looks hideous. Honestly, the haircut looks great in the first few days, but that's when you know it's weird because now my hair looks square. Oh my god, and I feel a little dizzy because the last 4 days I slept all the way, wake up naturally, which is heavenly. Um, and today I'm sleeping less than 4 hours. But it should be okay. I think I'm gonna go have an afternoon nap after I go back home. Um, but yeah, I'm going to the church today. It's going to be the first time I'm actually going out to do something, aside from going to Ralph's and buying a Subway sandwich in 5 days. Good news is that yesterday was pretty productive for me. Somewhat productive, anyways. I got to watch a couple episodes of anime and a whole ass film, and I did trim my toenails, and I did reserve some time a little bit at night to do my apartment hunt. Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult. TripleLink doesn't exist in anywhere near Culver City or La Cienega. La Cienega? It's not the N word, seriously. Um, but there's a bunch in Koreatown, which is very far away. There's some near USC, but it's gonna take a whole ass hour to reach CMD, which is not cool. So I'm also looking at apartment.com, but the ones there also don't have washer and dryer in unit, which is homicidal causing. So no, 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 no. Um, mm, God. I don't know. Not much else, I guess. I completely forgot about washing my bed sheets yesterday. So maybe I'll do it another day. It's totally fine. I'm super free. And then I guess, yeah, there isn't much else in terms of updates and things. Fuck. Yeah, I should have done this on my bed. Usually I would just be in my pajamas and just film on my own bed, but no, I'm doing this because I'm so used to it. Yeah, that's it. It's funny how things are like, how things begin and things end. Like back in round two, every morning I would talk about Pepper, and back like in round three, every morning I would talk about Leslie, but now I just don't. People come and go, I guess. People come and go. Yeah, wanted to say that my short film is actually gaining quite a bit of views on YouTube. It started off super low views, but it's actually gaining traction, so that's nice. That's really nice. And yeah, that's it. Going to church. Yeah. Alright, time now is 6:31 on fucking July 9th. Yeah, I just woke up again. Fuck. So, let's talk a little bit about what happened. Woke up, felt very sleepy. So sleepy it's a little dizzying, actually. Went to church. I arrived. Surprisingly, in the sermon, I didn't fall asleep until at the end because I tried to fall asleep. So I situated myself in a very good spot. I sat at the very, very, very back end, and then I for the most part I didn't fall asleep. And today's sermon was really awkward. It started with this play, and at some point the lights were going weird, like it turned dark suddenly, and then a couple people like go onto the stage and move the podium away and move a plant away. It's very awkward. It's like a Wes Anderson film. And then people started rushing to stage, and one of which is D, my mom's neighbor's son. And then they started doing this play, except the whole thing is lip synced. Like, it was they were playing this audio with music and everything, and the music was so bad. It was like cringe. It was like full of fake, like, anime wow noises. And they were just lip syncing to that audio. And then suddenly a bunch of women in suits came out, and apparently these men just went to heaven. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And then the play just ends, and then it takes another awkward while for the pastor to show up and speak in front of the podium. And the iPad was running out of battery, and it took him like 3 minutes to figure out which line was it, which USB-C line was it to charge the iPad from the charger. It was kind of fucking hilarious. And then after that, I couldn't fall asleep. I usually try my best to not fall asleep during the sermons, but this time I really need to because I'm tired as hell. So I actually forced myself to fall asleep. Like, I tried to close my eyes, and I know there's a couple of very, very hardcore Christian couple next to me. I want to fall asleep with them noticing me falling asleep. I want to be the bad boy, you know. So at the very end of the sermon, I was finally able to sort of zone out and fall asleep a little bit, but it just fucking ended. So that's that. Okay, so sermon over, went downstairs, said hi to people. I and Jonah and the and the elder sister of the sibling, and then the glasses woman, and then another older woman who was apparently a pastor's wife, or the church teacher's wife, walked all the way to some place in Chinatown, which I've been to, some plaza, and to this fancy cafe where there are only 3 items on the menu. And then I'm like, no thanks. At first I'm like, yeah, I need a coffee, but no, never mind. And then so we walked all the way back, and then we went to the Sunday school service, which is a merger between college fellowship and young adult fellowship, and so it's a bunch of people. And today's topic during Sunday school is literally about finding your partner romantically. Okay, great. So I sat through the whole thing without saying a word, but because I came really late, so I had to sit at a particular spot. So the whole room was just like 3 lines, and I had to sit, and everyone sat outside, 3 lines of tables, and everyone sat outside. I had to sit inside. And because of that, it was a very obvious position, so I got called out to do some activity where I have to throw paper balls at a screen. And the screen has this target, and if I hit the target, it's like bullseye. And nobody takes this game seriously. Jonah also got called out because Jonah also came in late and sat at a very disadvantageous spot. Anyways, the whole thing was really awkward, kind of funny, kind of stupid, ironic. Now is like the worst time for me to think about romance. I don't fucking need to think about romance anymore. So I just tapped out. And then after that, me, Jonah, and the younger sister of the sibling went to find lunch. And it got a lot better. I was a lot more talkative when it's just them two. And we went to eat Vietnamese pho in the same plaza in Chinatown. We went back there. And it took us like 20 minutes to wait for a seat. And then I ordered this mixed pho, this beef pho, which tastes pretty good actually. And I thought to myself, okay, if I eat a lot now, this means I won't have to eat a lot during dinner, which is true. So I paid for this $19 meal plus a milk tea without boba, but they gave me boba anyways. And the boba sucks ass, and the tea is extremely sweet. They put fuck tons of sugar in it. And then, the elder sister of the sibling is apparently going to Copenhagen and Helsinki very soon for traveling. I've been to those 2 places, so I talked to her a little bit about those things. I talked to Jonah about the movies I've seen lately. But anyways, yada yada, blah blah blah. And then Jonah drove me back home. So I came back home and I thought to myself, I'm tired as fuck. So I took a shower, went to bed. And it was going to be like 1.5 hours of extra sleep, so from 4:15 to 5:45, and I can't fucking fall asleep at all. I think it's probably because of the milk tea, but also it's my roommates opening and closing their doors literally every 5 fucking seconds. Every 5 seconds, something happens. The door keeps opening and closing, just all the way through. And then at the end, my alarm rang, so I'm like, fuck it. So I turned off the alarm and went back to sleep. And then now I woke up at 6:30. And then I actually did fall asleep for a little bit, like a little bit into REM state. I think it's partially because of the milk tea, actually. But, here I am right now. And you can tell how bad the sleep was by looking at my hair. It looks like a fucking slanted Tower of Pisa. So, there's that for today. At least I don't have to wake up naturally. I can wake up naturally tomorrow. I may have to go to Ralph's too at some point. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. I think Tuesday. Yeah, that's that. That is that. And as I'm speaking right now, my roommate's also outside. So, great. Love it. I think I'm gonna film a couple reviews later. I don't know. My voice is not in the right condition for that. It's so raspy from all the talking I've done today. And usually if I go to sleep and I wake up again, it would turn crisp. But of course I didn't fucking sleep just now. Um yeah, I don't know. It's just terrible time to think about romance, you know? Terrible. Um Also I think my tongue is burnt. Like maybe yesterday or a couple nights ago I just ate something directly off of the fucking spatula. And then um yeah, I don't know. People were like, I guess at some point the church teacher was like, when you confess to someone, you got to really think about it, ask people if you should do it, think if it's the right time. And I realized that while I did give it a lot of thinking and I did ask for help, whether I should confess or not, it's still a very irrational decision. Like I did it completely based on my own intuition, based on my own feelings, because I just fucking love Leslie so much. And yeah, I probably fucked it all because it was bad timing. Like maybe if I had confessed next semester in the very beginning, maybe it would have worked out a little bit better. I don't know. But hey, I mean, at least I did something completely based off my own feelings and my own intuition, and this shit happened. It's not my fucking fault. I did what I felt was right. And I didn't do it just completely randomly out of nowhere. My confession was so fucking calculated. At the end of the day, I had to tease her for 2 weeks, let her know that I have a crush on someone, and then I have to find the perfect time, perfect spot to do it. And then she made me do it. And she even said yes. But of course it was a fucking lie. So, yeah. But again, the more people talk to me about romance, the more I just think about vengeance, really. Kuchio must get her. And Kuchio must die. Love doesn't matter now. It's all about vengeance. The second half of 2023 is a year of vengeance. And so be it. Alright, time now is 12:22 after midnight. Yeah, finished dinner about maybe... Actually, quite some time ago. Actually, I finished dinner at around 10 p.m. I think. Right. Really? Maybe 11 p.m.? Fuck, I don't know. But yeah, I finished dinner quite a while ago, and it was just pork slices, cheese, mozzarella, fucking tortellini, and with pasta sauce, and fucking garlic and cabbage, mushroom fried together. That's it. Really small. I'll follow that up with an orange later, so that I can meet the 2200 calorie. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Nothing all that crazy happened. We got to church. Yay. Came back home. Yay. And then Retablo and his friend, we had a Discord call together, which means I have less time to do anything now. So, yeah, I don't feel anything. I feel kind of sad still about Leslie. But it's just that sadness has transformed to something else. It's already not like, oh, I'm yearning for her love. It's more just like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. It's transformed to something else. It's turned into vengeance now. Like, yeah, I realize it's a great thing. You know what? It seems like I'm in a really fucked up position, which is true, I am. But honestly, if anything, I feel like next semester I could be truly happy. Like, because next semester I'll be untethered to anything. I'm tied to nothing. Like, I'm already admitted to USC. I am already, like, I don't have a club title anymore. I got nothing. Michelle's texting me right now. So I can literally just like fuck around and I can literally just fuck around and do whatever I want and Yeah, next semester, I feel like I'll truly be happy next semester. Like I can imagine a scene. I know it's not gonna happen, and it's totally fine, but I would be like all fucked up. I would be like a villain, and I'll be chilling in the fucking cafeteria, just like smiling to myself on a couch. And Leslie would walk in, and she would be clueless as ever and say, "How's life?" And expecting me to say like oh it's shit or something because I look like shit. But I would be like, no, I'm great, I'm happy, and it's clear that I'm not happy, but then I'm actually happy because I'm like untethered. Um um yeah, I don't know. Um I talked to Cliff a little bit today about watching Oppenheimer in IMAX 70 millimeter. We may actually do that, which means that on July 22nd, I probably won't watch Oppenheimer with Betsy and Michelle, but I will still watch Barbie. That's for sure. I think. So that's that. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I don't have anything else to add. Um, it's important that my mind is simple now again. Like back in round one when I first came here, all I think about is drinking water and eating food and having shelter and taking the bus to college. I don't care about anything because I literally can't because I don't know anything. I don't know anyone. I only know JT in the very beginning. There's nothing for me to care about. And even like during March, during the Airbnb era, I remember like walking to Ralph's. Like that's all I cared about really. Nothing else really mattered. So everything felt super simple. And I feel like I'm going back to that state right now. It's just like nothing really matters anymore. Um so yeah, which is good. It's good to return to CMD clean, cut, ready to kill. Yeah, just trying to go through a bit of a villain arc, if you will. I don't know. I realized that after hearing some stories, I really think that romantic relationships is a bad idea in this day and age. Like, you know, I can't emotionally afford a breakup. Even like confessing and saying yes requires so much courage, and even maintaining a relationship, it's not easy, right? Like even after I confess and even if it's legit, like let's say Leslie said yes and she really meant it, and we really stay together. Like, what are the chances we're gonna randomly break up? Like, I would be paranoid every single day, thinking that she had a crush on someone else. It's just I don't know. I know, and I'm thinking about Natalie a little bit, like her being cold blooded to me. I think it was just she's not. It's not a very great time for her to respond to me in long texts. But then also, I don't care. I know that when I go back to Hong Kong, we'll have lunch together. We'll go to fucking Taikoo Plaza, City Plaza. We'll eat together and then that's it, and then not speak for like a year again. That sounds sour, but that's actually okay. And when you've reached a point where doing that is okay, then everything is really okay. There's really isn't much you can do. So, yeah, I don't know. Just thanks. All right, time now is 1:21 p.m. on July 10th. Yeah, so I slept from I think 4:40 to fucking 11. Yeah. So I at around 11, of course, Michael, the Colombian boyfriend's parents came out of their bedrooms and they started meandering around the living room and talking and chatting and banging the doors, and the aircon was off, and it's fine. It's like the 27th time that has happened to me. So I waited and waited and waited on my bed for them to leave so that I could finally go out and turn on the aircon again so that I could fucking fall back asleep. Um, and they were still there. So at around 12, I just went out and in my pajamas, and the dad of the family like looked at me weird, like I'm sorry, like ooh Asian alien, ooh, and I turned on the aircon again, Went to bed, and I did not fucking fall asleep anymore. But I still managed to lay on my bed for a whole hour, and that's it. So that's that. Yeah, last night, not very productive, but rightfully so, given that I went to church plus the whole re-sleep. Today, hopefully it'll be a little bit more productive for me. I did not watch a film last night. I ended up not watching a film because I feel like I've overwatched a little bit. I'm a little burnt out just because I've been watching so many movies lately. So I instead just watched 2 episodes of anime. So today I will once again have nothing to do. At around 5 something p.m. ish, I'm going to go out to New Beverly Cinema, to watch a double feature of a Hong Kong film, 2 Hong Kong films, and I'll probably be completely alone. Um, I'll definitely be alone in that, and it's okay. It'll be funny if I run into more Hong Kongers there, but probably not. It's okay. I'm gonna go there for the first time and then come back home and then I'll have dinner at around 11 p.m., which is actually fine. I think maybe I'll have to go to Nijio Market because once again I have run out of food. I don't know how does that manage to happen, but I keep running out of food lately. I don't know how. I really don't. Um, but yeah, so I gotta do something about that, and then that's it. Yeah, and then that's it for today. So yeah, last night I didn't feel so great. Like right before bed, I felt angry and cynical. And again, I try very hard not to feel that way, but it's really tough nowadays. It's really tough because I feel useless in if I go back to Hong Kong, I would be useless. And I feel like that feeling is amplified by Natalie acting cold-blooded towards me. But also, like, me here, I feel nothing. And it's almost like my secondary school life during Form 4 and 5 happening all over again. Like, I'm looking at Instagram stories of people being on set and people actually having things to do. Leslie hanging out with people. Leslie's always like, "Ooh, I'm so alone," blah blah blah. But she's fucking hanging out with people. The housewarming party, and Pepper's hanging out with another Hong Kong girl in Hong Kong. But that Hong Kong girl actually studies in the same college here in LA. But they're hanging out in Hong Kong. Um, and then yeah, I looked at Naja's Instagram story. So Naja is invited back to Neither Donkey Nor Horse, and the set looks amazing. It's snowing. They created fake snow, and they got like dead bodies on the ground. It was pretty epic for a set. And I don't get to go, but she got invited back because she's better than me, I guess. Or maybe it's just because she has a car and I don't. But and having someone to find a ride for me is just too obnoxious. Maybe that's the reason, but still, fucking hell. So yeah, I I don't know. I don't know. Last night I felt a little cynical. I felt excluded. Like everyone's having fun, going on sets, making good use of their summer, and then meanwhile I'm just staying in my bedroom and night and day and night, just thinking about vengeance. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. But oh, Michelle's texting me now. Yeah, at least somebody's texting me. So this morning, Dominic responded to me saying, yes, the 15th is okay for me. This means that we'll be doing Naja and Andrew's interviews on Friday, and Dominic, Nick, and Theo's interviews on Saturday. So we have 5 interviews within 2 days, which is fucking insane. And okay, damn. And right off the bat this morning, Tova texted me and asking me, "We have 4 interviews this week. Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's actually 5. So at least this week will be slightly more eventful because tomorrow I may hang out with Thomas. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, I'll be hanging out with Cliff. Friday, the interviews. Saturday, the interviews. Also, Allegro texted me yesterday asking me if I can go to USC to do some ADR for John L's short film on Saturday. Unfortunately, I got the interviews, and that's a little more important. And he also said I can take the bike. But unfortunately, I'm not free on Saturday. So there's that. So at least this week will be slightly more eventful and slightly less emotionally taxing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, not much else. But I realized that even though I have nothing to do, I still somehow struggle to find time for myself to do basic things like house searching and doing research on my new phone, like getting a new phone and doing research on getting a driver's license and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe the bus ride today to New Bev would give me enough time. I don't know. Alright, this is what I got back from Nijio Market. $50-something. We got more cream pon. Got 3 garlics, big. We got salmon and some beef cubes. We got this ramen snack. We got onigiri for lunch. This tantan ramen, which I can't wait to try. Some gailang. I cannot find salad. I don't know why. I cannot find salad boxes. Orange Fanta. And some chicken dumplings. And then some karaage fried chicken. And then a box of sushi. Maybe for tomorrow or tonight. I don't know. I also cannot find tofu. So, fuck. Third bus I'm going to take just to get to Quentin Tarantino's New Beverly Cinema, which is all the way over there. Yeah. Welcome to LA. Alright, I overshot the bus stop by 1 stop, but it should be okay. Here we go. I've never been to this area before. Intriguing indeed. Alright, this seems to be it. Oh my god, the film bros are here. Alright. Damn. Why are you making the best of listening? Why would you not have waited until October?
Dig a little deeper now too. We got a couple of films tonight, one of which you may have heard of, and one of which is probably going to be new to most of you out here. Anybody here seen The Big Heat already?
Yeah.
Not too many. All right, you guys are for a treat who have not seen it. Anybody seen Edge of Darkness? Right, that includes me. I have not seen this also. It's one of the rare Hong Kong films I've program I've not seen myself. So hope you guys stay for both films tonight. So tonight we've got from 1988 2 films. First up we get The Big Heat. This is co-directed by Johnny To and Andrew Cam.
You're so young. Well, there's nothing wrong with me, son. It's just my nerve.
I'm sorry, this is not allowed.
How are you staying?
Time now is 1:04 a.m. in the morning. Just finished dinner, which is inari sushi and the other kind, vegetarian sushi. I had some fried chicken with mayonnaise and then some boiled gailang with oyster sauce. That's it. I'm done. So yeah, I guess aside from going to church, today is the first time I did something slightly interesting. I went to the New Beverly Cinema, and for some reason, I was not late. Usually I'm late to literally everything, but I'm not late this time. In fact, I was like early by around 10 minutes. I took 3 buses there. Maybe it's because I was too careful. I know New Beverly Cinema is really far away, and I really wanted to make sure that I actually get there in time, so I was able to actually get there in time because I was too careful about it. I took 3 buses. They all went through. I didn't skip any, bus rides. Went in, and here we go. Bim Bam Boom. Double feature. On my way to the cinema, during the 3 buses, I also did some research on, where to move, potentially getting a new phone, and yeah, so overall today has been quite productive for some reason. Like earlier today, I filmed and edited an album review. I even got a little time to edit Japan vlog. By the way, I recently uploaded my Japan vlog episode 2, and it's not getting a lot of views. It's been 2 hours, nearly 3, and it's been only getting like 12 views. And I bet 7 of them is me, which is very fucking weird. Why are my videos so unpopular lately? I feel like YouTube has shadow banned me again for no fucking reason. Maybe it's because of how like political I can get. And I'm not pro-China, so YouTube doesn't like it all that much. I don't know, but either way, this is fucked up. I'm not getting a lot of exposure. I'm not getting a lot of views. I'm only getting 28, 29 subs per month, which is really fucking bad. Usually I get over 40. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Nor do I care all that much anymore, because again, YouTube is just a temporary thing for me. It's not supposed to be a long-term thing. When I grow up and become a filmmaker, I don't want people to remember me as, the YouTuber turned filmmaker. People will find out eventually, but I don't want to go down being known as a YouTuber. So maybe it's a good thing, I don't know. But also I look at other channels who do less than me but gets more subs. It's like, what the fuck? And you can argue it's quantity versus quality. A lot of my reviews is just me talking, and I put a JPEG on there. But then there are also the vlog videos that I put a lot of effort into editing, so I don't fucking know. Anyways, whatever. I digress. So on the way, I also did a couple things. First of all, I texted Liam about the interviews. I told him, okay, so you're right, Jade and Trinity declined the interviews, but do you think it's possible that you and Ava would still do the interview for us? Also, to lock down Liam, I gave Liam the ultimate fucking offer. You interview me and Tova. Both of us have thought about it for quite some time. We want to be interviewed too, and we think that you would make a good candidate. Not just a candidate, you would be the interviewer. Like, no one else will do it. So Liam immediately called me after he read my text, my Instagram DMs, and I'm like, oh, I'm on a bus, I can't call. And then he's like, oh, I can talk at around 10 to 10:30. And I'm like, okay, but at around 10, I was actually watching the movie. So that's that. I also did some research on new homes and new phones, and yeah, there are a bunch of really good triple link locations near USC. The thing is, they're really near USC, and it takes about 40 to 50 minutes to get to CMD, which is not that bad. But I guess also, I don't know. Maybe it's not that great either. Not that bad if I have a bike to take me to the metro station. So originally I have to walk to the metro station maybe about 10 minutes. Now it's reduced to maybe 6, which is not that big of an improvement. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. But Triple Link is definitely the better option because they always offer in-unit washer and dryers, which are essential. I guess another thing is new phone. I don't even know if I really do need a new phone. Aside from the fact that I need storage space, which is very much true. I have 11 minutes left on my phone right now, and it's gonna crash if it gets too low. But usually people use Samsung phones about 2 to 3 years. So, I mean, mine is already like nearly 3 years, but like, it's a Galaxy Note 20 5G. It could go more. So maybe I don't have that much of a rush. Anyways, I got to the movies, and even though the front said no video, no phone, and it's a very film bro. You can tell it's a Quentin Tarantino type theater. Because it's film only, like digital, blah, bad. And there are no Asians. Even though it's like a Hong Kong double feature, there are no Asians in the whole fucking theater, I think. It's all white people, mostly. And they all reek of, ooh, cinema, yeah, cinema. I mean, I love that there's this strong passion, but it's also like, ooh, cinema, ooh. So I sat down, and you have a guy who talks like Tarantino. He talks really fast, and he starts introducing this movie and throwing these actor's name and director's name. Yes, Choi Hark, Stanley Kwan, yes, Sammo Hung. And I bet 90% of the people there don't even know, or maybe they do. I would be really impressed. I know most of the names, but because I'm a fucking Hong Konger. So yeah, we watched the movie, and they played this cartoon, which was so fucking boring and silly, and I don't find it funny at all. And they played 2 trailers, and each trailer is like 5 minutes long. And it's trailers for Hong Kong movies, other very obscure 80s action, comedy, thriller, crime Hong Kong movies, which is fucking insane. So I started filming a little bit, just from a vlog, and I'm very discreet. And I filmed a bit, and someone immediately noticed me, like one of the staff, tapped me on the shoulder and said, excuse me, all right, you can't film, put down your phone. Put down your phone, don't film, like, I don't want you to be banned for life. And I know he's like half joking, like banned for life, but like I can feel that it's actually serious. Like if I keep filming, they would just grab me by the arm and chuck me out of the theater. Because of how like prestige it is. But then come on, these are obscure Hong Kong films. What are the chances I can see them on a big screen, let alone seeing them? But I was like, okay, sorry. So I just watched the whole film, The Big Heat. And then there was a break, and everyone started smoking cigarettes and weed. And then I went back to theater to watch Edge of Darkness. And I thought about whether I should watch it, because it's rare that I watch 2 movies back to back. Let alone 2 movies of the same genre in the same year. But I did watch 2 movies because, again, it's a very obscure film. The fact that I have the chance to see it on a big screen is crazy. It's like once in a lifetime. So I had to see it. I had to get my money's worth. So I watched the whole thing, and it's okay. And I actually did secretly film, but it was so fucking secretive. Like, I had to turn on my phone while my jacket's hiding it, and then swipe the phone. And I'm not looking at it. I'm just like using intuition. Swipe my phone so that like from the lock screen to the camera screen, and then slide it up so that the back faces outside and the bright side of the screen, the display, faces to my chest so that no light is admitted. And then I slide it up and film a little bit and slide it back down. Of course, if I do it very obviously, it'll be seen. So I can only do it like for 2 seconds. But yeah, it's somehow I did it. So yeah. Yeah, little do they know I was probably the only Hong Konger in the entire audience, and I don't want to sound cocky and stuff, but like those actors and those directors that I'm seeing on the screen and those production companies, I have connections with. Not close direct connections, but like I don't know, someone I know knows another person in this industry. And just cut me some slack. Let me film a little bit. Okay, but I get it. I respect the rules. Um, but yeah, and then I took an Uber back home. Expensive, $18, $19, but you know what? It's all right. It's all right. Just one time. That's it. Last thing to talk about is the job interview is tomorrow at 2 p.m. I just realized that it's my first job interview ever in my life. Yikes! So I gotta do it hard, do it good. Yes. All right. Fuck. Okay, so time now is 11:38 a.m. in the morning on July 11th. And of course my roommate has to show up every single fucking time I film. So I slept from 4:40 a.m. to 11:30, I think. But of course, I woke up like 15 times in the middle of the fucking sleep for the 19th fucking time because roommate. So yeah, at around last night when I set the alarm at 11:30, I thought to myself, okay, judging from the last few days, my roommates would wake up and turn off the aircon at around maybe 11-ish, so it should be okay. Like, my sleep shouldn't be that badly interrupted. But today they changed their schedules. They subverted my expectations. So instead of waking up at 11, they woke up at 8. And of course, if they wake up, I immediately wake up. It always happens like that. It always works like that. If they wake up, I immediately wake up. There are no exceptions. So at around 8:30-ish, the aircon's not turned off, which is a great improvement, but my Candace, the white woman, started fucking talking for like a whole hour, like giving a TED talk or something. My guess is that the reason why they're waking up so early, I guess, is because Michael, the Colombian boyfriend's parents are leaving, going back to fucking Colombia or whatever. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I don't have to somehow deal with them in the next few days. But yeah, 8:30, and I get a fucking TED talk. Thank God I did fall back asleep. But yeah, that's that. So today's gonna be a little bit more interesting. In fact, this whole week is gonna be slightly more interesting. But today's gonna be interesting because I'm going to have the first job interview of my life. It is only yesterday when I found out that this is actually going to be my first job interview ever. Which is crazy, but I don't know. I'm going in blind. Oh my god, my roommate's here again. I swear bad shit happens when I have my job interview. I'm going in blind. I just two things. I need to be good at math. I need to be good at talking to people. And I think I'm good at both of those things. So bring it on, motherfucker. I'm gonna do some math revision actually a little bit later. Just a teeny tiny bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Just so that I can know my skill. So that's essentially that. My biggest concern is that the moment the woman finds out I'm actually an international student, she shuts me off. That would be very unfair. And then right after that, I'm going to go to Thomas's place. Thomas will pick me up and we'll meet up. Hopefully he'll help me find out about my house, my next apartment. And I'll also talk a little bit about the arrangements for Theo. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, at least I got to hang out with someone, and it's not just someone from church. It's someone who was within the CMD lore. So at least there's that. And that's pretty much for today. Tomorrow, complete nothingness. Hopefully nobody used the washer dryer so that I can change my bed sheets final fuckingly. And then on Thursday, I'll watch The Master with Cliff. On Friday, there's the interviews. On Saturday, there's Thomas, and then the interviews. And then on Sunday, I'll probably rest the whole day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I also I reposted an Instagram story. And it's essentially Allegro looking for Cantonese speakers this Saturday so that they could record some ADR lines for the short film. And Potter saw it, and Potter was interested, and Potter sent a message to Allegro, which is funny. Worlds colliding now, I guess. But Potter looked at Allegro's Instagram story, and Allegro's most recent Instagram story is him biting an American flag cookie in half, and the caption is saying, destroy the American imperialism or something, which is obviously a fucking joke. But Potter thought he's serious, and Potter's like, he seems very red. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like red, like Chinese red. And I'm like, oh no, that's just a joke. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, not much else for today. I'm not gonna do any reviews. Yeah. And yeah, hopefully people watch my fucking videos. Hopefully YouTube doesn't shadow ban me, which apparently they're doing right now. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even care about like views as long as I can get to 4,000 hours in the last year, 4,000 viewing hours, then I can start earning profit. Then, you know, I've achieved my goal. There's nothing else I can do. So yeah. Alright, so time now is 2:12. I am halfway through eating lunch, and then about 10 minutes ago I just had the job interview. And it's actually my first job interview ever, and honestly I think it went really well. I think it's just because I'm really good at acting, so it always feels good. So anyways, I went to this Zoom meeting. There's like a bunch of random people there, and then someone sent me into a room with this woman who I believe is Irish. Because she has an Irish accent. And then she started asking questions. She said, thank you for being on time, so punctually, that's great. I was exactly there at 2 p.m., 2:00 p.m. I had a nice shirt on. I got my Blue Yeti microphone for my voice. I made sure the aircon and nothing else is going on so that I sound as crisp and clean as possible. I smiled all the way through. I think I went in with full confidence. So he started off asking me, have I worked before? And I said yes, and I referred to the summer internship I worked in my mom's company. But I said, oh, you know, I've dealt with people, I've helped them out, and I was an assistant editor for editing videos. And then she asked me if I am planning to be a math tutor for Math 21. And I said yes, and Math 20 as well. And then she said Math 20 doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, what? I'm not like, what? I'm like, oh, okay, I see. She asked me which professor I took it with, and I said this professor, and she's like, okay. She asked me what grade I got. I said A, and she's like, perfect. And then she asked me, okay, it starts getting a little, I wouldn't say weirder, but it starts doing a little deep dive. She asked me, so sometimes it gets stressful and the student would yell at you. What would you do in that situation? And I said, I'm a film major and filmmaking gets stressful and I deal with a lot of that. So I'm understanding asked them to kindly calm down, and asked them what's the root problem and solve the problem step by step from there. Very, very basic answer, but I said it with so much confidence and cadence and whatever. I think it worked out. And then she asked me if I'll have enough free time. So a little earlier in the interview, I said I have done a reduced course load. So I'll be only taking 6 units, and there might be a bit of an issue with, if I'm not a full-time student, can I take on a job at the campus? Which is kind of fucked up, because the interview went really well. If that's the one thing that's stopping me, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna ask the IEC. I'm sure there's a way to go around this. I'm sure there's a solution. I hope they can make an exception. I don't fucking know. But I said, yeah, I should have a lot of free time, because even in previous semesters, I took maximum units, and everything worked out fine. Like, it's all about time management. And she's like, great. And then she asked me what's my biggest weakness, and the first thing off the top of my head is self-consciousness. And I said, sometimes I'm a little too self-conscious, and I say things and I wonder if I should have said it or not, but I think I can improve. And then he asked me what's my greatest strength, and I said, organization skills. Like, I keep everything organized. And then he asked me, what are some other things that your friends would say about you? And I would say, creative. I come up with creative solutions because I like writing stories. And then that's it. And then at the end, I asked her if international students is fine, because I'm really scared, because the media department doesn't hire any international students. But I talked to them, and they're like, if you're worried about the budget, it's totally fine. Like, that's not something I have to worry about. And I said, by the way, she asked me if I have a social security number, and I said I don't, but I can have that worked on. And then I told her, by the way, I have like all the forms and all the fingerprints and everything, I have that prepared already. And she's surprised. She's like, thanks for letting me know. So yeah, I think it went really well. Just, I acted so confident, and I smiled a lot, and I looked at the camera a lot. So yeah, hopefully the full-time student thing doesn't stop me. I'm going to email the IEC now to get some answers, but yeah, it should be good.
You see the city?
The city behind us?
No.
There's a city behind us?
Where in Los Angeles? Yes, there is a city. You should be able to see it, I want to help you by providing an opportunity to do what you think you might want to do. What is that?
Yeah, I'm good. You can drive now. There's a video.
To the right.
Okay, good job.
Oh, you're just literally on your second scene.
I know. I don't know what happened in the first scene. I truly have no clue. I don't think I'm in the mental capacity to read this properly, barely. Let's do the apartment hunt, then we'll circle back to this, alright? That's something I know more wrote. Like, this is like actually like judging something. I'm so sorry. Right now I can't.
Okay.
I'm not.
Alright, time now is 10:23 p.m. I just finished dinner, which is some karaage fried chicken, mayonnaise, some mac and cheese with paprika on top, and some broccoli boiled and then fried with garlic and a bit of chicken powder. Not a bad dinner, actually. Not that bad, actually. I would give this a good 6 out of 10. Yeah. So, today is semi-interesting. Again, like, compared to anything that has happened in round 3. Or actually, I always forget that the first 2 months of round 3, like, as in February and March, are actually really boring. Like, nothing happened from February to March. And then mid-March, you get the table read, and that's when things are pick up the pace. Ooh, it's 10:24 right now, magic number. 10:24 and 1:24. So, yeah, anyways, today's semi-interesting. I woke up and did the job interview, and it went really well. But one thing that hit me is that I may not be able to get the job simply because I'm not a full-time student. I immediately did some research, and it's very vague. But the truth is, full-time means 12 units. I request a reduced workload, and I'm now at 6 units. for next semester, I'm taking 6 units only, and yeah, that means I'm half time. If I'm taking 3 units, then I'm 1/4 time. That's how it fucking works. I know, it's so funny. So if I'm not full time, I can't be hired, which is so stupid because if I'm not full time, this means I have more free time, which means that I'm even more capable of doing this job. I don't fucking know why. And I thought about it. I don't think it's a worthy investment if I take more units just so that I can work. I don't think that's worth it at all. So yeah, I may not actually get the job. The interview went really well, but chances are I may not get it. I will find out this Friday. And you know what? It's okay. I mean, it's devastating. And I would love to be a math tutor at some point in my life. I think that's a very funny job to have. But it's okay. And also, the woman even said that they don't have anyone helping out with Math 21. They probably have tons of people helping out with calculus and stuff, but they don't have anyone working for Math 21. I don't know. Hopefully they figure something out and hopefully I get the job. But right now I feel like there's a 90% chance I won't get the job, and in the event of that, I will consider fucking breaking the law and just working outside, finding a new well. And I'll do that after I move. Because after I move, I'll be closer to USC, which means more Chinese restaurants, which means, you know, it's open market, baby. It's open market. But yeah, that's the plan, I guess. At around 3:05, Thomas came outside of my apartment to pick me up, and he decided to take a detour. Instead of taking SM Boulevard, he tried to take Sunset Boulevard. He missed an exit, and he went through all these detours around Bel Air and Bel Air Hills, and finally he got to his apartment. It took a whole ass hour. And then we spent about 2.5 hours at his apartment just talking. I called up Liam and talked to him a little bit about, yes, Jaden and Trinity declined. And Liam's like, yep, I am not surprised. I'm not terribly surprised. And I said, but you're still down, right? And he's like, yeah, but. And when he said but, I'm like, oh God, what now? And he said, oh, but there will be some questions where I will probably say no comment or only answer very, very vaguely. Yeah, so that's tough. But hey, if Liam says yes, that's at least better than nothing. And also, what we can do is, in the beginning of the interview, we can be all like formal, like, hey, you know, you won't have to say anything too sensitive. But then as the interview goes along, we can start easing them into saying more sensitive shit. I mean, that's exactly what happened with Eric. Is like the interview started off where he doesn't even want to name drop anyone, but by the end he started name dropping people because we managed to ease him to do it. So it's way better if they say yes, it's already a huge step. We just need to manage to convince Ava, which is scary because if Ava says no, it will be a bit of a detriment. So essentially there's that. But hey, at least we have Naja, Andrew, Dominic, and Nick booked for sure this week, so that's going to be exciting. And then yeah, Liam also talked about how much he didn't enjoy Dune and how he's planning to watch Barbie twice and then Oppenheimer again. So, but anyways, you know, Thomas showed me his script, which is called Gridlock, and it's a 28-page short film about a hot guy and a hot Chinese girl. Hot Chinese guy and a hot Chinese girl, really rich, and the Chinese girl is randomly asked to spy on her ex-boyfriend, who is a powerful politician, and the Chinese guy wants to kill the politician ex-boyfriend. And there's like a standoff, like a gun standoff, but no shootouts, just a gun standoff. And then she commits suicide at the end. And it's hilarious. And I tried my very best to be honest with Thomas. I'm like, man. But I still helped him out with pre-production stuff. And I am very sure that Thomas was really needing my help because my knowledge of pre-production is really actually pretty good. So yeah, that's that. And then we talked a little bit about finding apartments. Thomas proclaimed himself to be a bit of an expert in finding apartments, but actually his ability is just as good as mine. He went to apartment.com, he went to fucking Zillow, and all the results are same. So, but right now I'm looking at apartments that are nearer to USC versus nearer to CMD, because the parts between CMD and USC, La Cienega and Culver City, they are residential areas that do not offer apartments like this, not that much. So it's tougher to find places there. And also, if it's closer to USC, if I think about the long term, after next semester, I'll be living there more, and it would just be a better spot. So, yeah, sure. And maybe half a year ago, I would say, oh yeah, I want to live closer to Santa Monica because all the people I love and all the people I know and all the restaurants are around here. But yeah, I guess aside from people like Cliff and Ken who I can hang out with, there's nothing else there, bitch. If I and Leslie end up together, I may, want to live near her, but that's not a thing anymore, my guy. So who the fuck cares? In fact, it's better if I'm gone, if I'm out of there, just gone. Anyways, came back home and called my mom and my brother a little bit. My brother's going to the American Embassy to do an interview to get his visa approved, which I thought would be very easy. It turns out it's actually very easy. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Anyways, had dinner, here I am. Tomorrow I won't go out the whole day. I'll hopefully be able to do my bed sheets, to wash my bed sheets, do some exercises again, maybe swap the floor, continue with the house search, continue with the editing videos. I don't know what the fuck's YouTube doing. A lot of my videos are not getting enough views. I'm going to try my best to keep uploading. Hopefully something nice will happen. Hopefully the algorithm will do me some good, and that's pretty much it. The revenge plot goes on. I don't know what's Leslie doing now. I don't want to care. I don't want to know anymore. But the revenge plan goes on, baby. The revenge plan goes on. So, yes.